Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to your midweek practice. For those of you, maybe you're new, I'm Jaime, and we're just gonna dive right into our practice to make the most of our time together today. So, we're gonna get started, set up in our table pose. So, just getting set up, wrists below shoulders, knees below the hips. We're gonna take a couple rounds through cat cow here. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the heart. Exhale, rounding the back, pressing away. Just moving through this shape a few times with the movement of your breath. Taking some time to settle into a rhythm if you've not really had that kind of steady flow of breath today with whatever you've been doing. So, really trying to fill up completely with that inhale, making space, and then letting it all out with your exhale. Continuing to find this movement, feeling that connection. Setting up your intention or your focus, whatever you're needing for this little kind of midday, midweek break. We'll take 2 more rounds of cat-cow here, maybe adding extra movement if it makes sense, or lingering in one pose or the other. And then just settling back into our nice, strong tabletop here. We're going to start to send the right toes back behind us, keeping those toes on the mat and just gently pressing back through that heel, finding a little bit of this kind of calf stretch. Lengthening through that leg, crown of the head is still reaching forward. And then just rolling back forward. We're going to start to float those toes off the mat here. So you have the option to just find this next little set of movement with purely the leg. If you want a little more work, maybe you lift that left arm and start to reach it forward. And then we're going to start to find a little bit of our crunch movement here. So exhale brings elbow in towards knee. Inhale presses it right back out. Moving through this a couple times. Doing less if you need to. We'll find one more crunch here. Nice big reach. Hand is going to come down to the mat. We're going to keep that leg pressing back, pressing out through the heel. We're going to start to get into the hip a little bit. So starting to pull that knee up towards the right elbow, and then bringing that knee to center, pressing that foot straight back. We'll move this a couple times, just finding this kind of slow, small circle to the hip. One more time, just like that. Kicking it back out. Bringing that knee down to the mat. Settling back into your table pose. Inhale, drops the belly, lifts the heart. Exhale, rounding the back, pressing away. Coming back into table. We're going to start to find that same movement on the other side. So left toes are going to reach back, keeping those toes on the mat, and then just gently pressing through that heel, lengthening through the calf. Crown of the head is still reaching forward. We'll start to come back to that neutral space. Lifting that foot up off the mat. Same options here. You can keep that right hand down or you can reach it forward. You choose what you need. And then with our exhale, elbow and knee crunch in towards the center. Inhale, presses it right back out. One more crunch here. Nice big reach. Hand comes down if it's lifted. We're going to start to get into the other hip. So knee is going to press up towards the elbow, bringing that knee to center, and then kicking that foot right back out. A couple times just like that. Taking it nice and slow. We'll kick that foot back out, bringing that knee down to the mat. Inhale, drops the belly, lifts the heart. Exhale, rounding the back, pressing away. We'll press those hips all the way back towards the heels, coming into child's pose for just a breath here. And then rolling right back into our table. We're going to start to tuck the toes, lifting the hips up and back, down dog. And just settling in for a couple breaths. So maybe you pedal out the feet, finding a little bend in either knee. Maybe you just breathe in the shape. You choose what you need. And we'll settle back into that down dog shape, heels pressing back. With our inhale, rolling up onto tiptoes. Exhale, presses the heels back. Moving through this a couple times. Inhale to find that lift. Exhale to lower. Settling back into down dog. Bending the knees, looking forward between the hands, and just taking a little stroll, hands to feet, feet to hands, coming into our forward fold. Really letting the upper body hang out here. Putting a bend into the knees, slowly rolling all the way up. Head is the last thing to stack. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, hands, heart center. Start to find a little movement here. Inhale, nice big reach. Folding forward. Hands come to shins or tops of thighs, nice flat back. Halfway lift. Folding forward. Inhale, reaches up. Exhale, hands, heart center. We're going to move through that one more time here. Inhale, nice big reach. Folding forward. Halfway lift. Folding forward. Inhale, reaches all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll start to add on here. Inhale, finding that reach. Folding forward. Halfway lift. Folding forward. Left foot's going to stay, right foot steps back. Staying up on those back toes if that works for you. We're going to come all the way up into our high lunge. So just taking a moment to pause here. Feeling that activation through that back leg. With our next inhale, straightening that front knee. Exhale finds a bend in that knee. Moving through this a couple times. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Once more. Hands are going to come down around the foot. Any way you want to get there, we're stepping it back. Down dog. With our inhale, rolling forward, finding plank. We're going to drop the knees this first round. Heart presses forward, elbows bend straight back as you lower. Untucking those toes, big shrug of the shoulders, baby cobra. Rolling back down. Pressing it back to table. Tucking toes, lifting hips, down dog. If it makes sense, right foot reaches up and back, stepping it forward. Staying up on those back toes, coming on up, high lunge. And again, just pausing here for a breath, feeling that connection of the feet to the mat. With our inhale, straightening that front knee. Exhale to bend. 2 more times, just like that. Inhale to lift. Exhale to bend that knee. Hands are going to come down around the foot. We're just stepping that back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaches all the way up. Exhale, hands, heart center. Inhale, nice big reach. Hands can stay reaching up. You can also bring hands to heart center. You choose what your shoulders need today. We're going to start to shift weight into that right foot. Left knee's coming up towards the heart. So just settling in, a little moment of balance here. We're going to start to bend into that standing leg as we step that left foot down, settling into chair pose. And then shifting weight back to that right foot, starting to lift that left knee up as you straighten the leg, coming into that standing balance posture. We're going to start to send that foot back behind us, planting that back heel, coming on up, warrior one. Again, settling in for a breath here. We're going to inhale and straighten that front knee, finding that bend. Tilting forward, arms fly back, coming back up. We're going to put these things together. So inhale to straighten that knee as you start to fold forward any amount. Maybe the arms reach behind you. And then bending that knee, coming on up, warrior one. We'll move through this 2 more times. Flowing with your breath. Maybe it feels good to pause in one of these shapes and just linger there. Coming right back up, warrior one. And then we're just going to open it up, warrior two. I'm going to flip around to face you. Settling into your warrior two shape. We're going to inhale, straighten that front knee, arms reach up. Warrior two. One more time. Inhale to lift. Warrior two. Flipping that front palm, finding our reverse. Coming forward, forearm to thigh, extended side angle. That top arm can be straight up or you can reach it forward. Coming back up, warrior two. One more time to that reverse. Coming forward, extended side angle. Bringing it back, warrior two. We're going to start to turn the hips towards the front of the mat, popping up onto those back toes. Hands can just come to the heart. We're going to start to shift that weight forward, sneaking that back foot forward. Chair pose. Maybe settling down any amount more. And then all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands, heart center. Inhale, nice big reach. Shifting weight into that left foot this time, right knee comes up. Finding your balance, finding that pause. Again, hands can be lifted or you can bring hands to heart center. Putting the bend into that standing leg as you step down into your chair. Shifting weight back to that left foot as you straighten, right knee comes up. And then we're stepping it back, planting that back heel, warrior one. Settling in for a breath, feeling grounded in the feet. Inhale to straighten that front knee. Exhale to bend. Folding forward, arms reach back. Reaching on up, hands to the sky. We'll start to put all those pieces together. Straighten that front knee as you fold. Bending that knee as you reach right back up. One more time. Coming right back up. And then just opening it up, warrior two. Inhale to lift. Warrior two. One more time. Reaching up. Warrior two. Flipping that front palm, finding our reverse. Coming forward, forearm to thigh. Same options here. Arm can be straight up or you can start to reach it forward. Coming back up, warrior two. We'll find that reverse one more time here. Coming forward, extended side angle. Bringing it back, warrior two. Starting to turn the hips towards the front, popping up onto those back toes. You know where we're headed. We're sneaking attack into chair pose. I would love to say that this is the last of them, but it's not. It's not the last, but we can do it. One more breath here. And then all the way up to stand. Hands can come to heart. Maybe you bring hands down at your sides, palms facing forward. Just allowing the eyes to close, gaze to drift to the floor. We have one last round of balance before we settle in for some chill. Start to blink the eyes open. And we're just going to bring hands to heart center. So you can add on if you want, but if you want to keep your shoulders very nice and easy here, you can keep hands right at heart. So we're going to start to shift weight into the left foot and start to bring that knee up towards the chest. So we've been here before. Finding that balance. So we'll start to bend into that standing leg as you settle into chair pose. And then shifting weight back into that left foot, bringing that knee up towards the chest as you straighten that standing leg. One more time, just like that. Finding that bend, slowly transitioning back into your chair. Pausing here for a breath. Shifting weight back to that left foot, bringing that knee up towards the heart. So this last round, you can do that same thing, settling back into your chair. If you want a little bit more here, you're going to start to take that knee out to the side, crossing that ankle right above the left knee, and then sitting down into your chair, figure four chair. If you're thinking, ew, no thank you, both feet on the ground, settling into chair pose. You choose what your chair looks like. One more breath wherever you're at. We'll slowly start to bring it back up, bringing that knee out to the side. And then we're coming into our tree pose. So that can be kickstand, calf, or thigh. If you need to take a pause, walk it out, find your tree, that's an option. So again, hands can stay in this kind of nice neutral space. If you want to grow some branches, that's an option. You choose what you're needing. And then we'll bring that knee back forward, both feet on the ground. Walk it out a little bit. Nice big reach, hands to the sky. Hands to heart center. So coming into the same thing, other side, shifting weight into that right foot. The left knee comes up. Knowing that you can stop and pause and breathe in any of these options if that's what's calling to you. We'll start to bend into that knee. Foot comes down, chair pose. Shifting back into that right foot, bringing that left knee up. One more time, just like that. Slowly finding that chair. Shifting back into that standing leg. Same option here. You can find that chair pose or bringing that knee out, settling into that figure 4 shape and sitting down into your chair. And this outward rotation of the hip can also happen by just crossing the toe on the other side of the foot for a little less intense version. If you're wanting to find that kind of outward rotation with a little bit less going on. One more breath wherever you're at. We'll start to bring it back up, knee out to the side, finding your version of tree pose. Settling in here. And then we'll start to bring that knee back forward, both feet on the ground. Walk it out a little bit. Nice big reach, hands to the sky. Folding forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Folding forward, bending the knees a lot so that hands can come down to the mat. We're just stepping it all the way back. Down dog. And then we'll bring those knees down, pressing the hips back. Couple breaths here in child's pose. Reconnecting with the breath. Recommitting to that intention or focus that you need for your practice, for your day. And then just gently walking the hands back towards the knees or the hips. We're going to come all the way down to our bum and bring soles of the feet together. So settling into this kind of butterfly shape. Hands can be on ankles or shins, finding that nice tall spine. Feeling the weight of the hips down into the mat. Feeling the hips start to open up here a little bit, maybe relaxing a little more. Letting those knees fall down towards the ground. Two more breaths wherever you're at. We're just going to start to find that crisscross leg seat. So coming down into a version that's comfy for you. Taking a nice big reach, hands to the sky. We're going to bring that left hand down to the mat beside us, starting to reach up and over, just stretching out those areas of the body that get a little cranky as we sit at desks or in chairs and work. We'll start to bring both hands to the sky. Right hand comes down, reaching up and over. Bringing both hands up. We're going to start to twist towards that left knee. Hands will drop down, keeping the spine tall, feeling that length from the sit bones all the way up through the crown of the head. Keeping that right hand where it's at, we'll start to reach that left arm up and over, finding that side body stretch. And then both hands to the sky. Same thing, other side, twisting towards that right knee, hands come down. Finding that tall seat, finding that length. Reaching that right arm up and over. Both hands to the sky. Hands come down to heart. So for these last few moments of class, if you have the time and you want to kind of linger, I welcome you to lay flat on your back for these next little moments. If you are needing to get going and do things after class, you can stay in a seated position. We're going to bring the backs of the palms to the knees or to the floor if you're laying down, and just start to let the eyes close. Bringing the focus back to the breath. We're going to start to find a little bit of additional focus with our breath using our hands here. So for the full length of an inhale, bringing pointer finger and thumb together. And the full length of your exhale, releasing those two from each other. Next inhale, you'll bring that ring finger or middle finger to the thumb. Exhale to release. Moving to the ring finger. And then the pinky. And then just making your way back to that starting finger. So pinky will come to touch the thumb. Exhale to release it. Moving to the ring finger. And then to the middle finger. And back to the pointer. You can keep that going if that is helping kind of regulate and move the breath through the body, or you can just stay with palms facing up. These last little moments, just settling in on what you need to carry with you into the rest of your day from this practice. what focus will get you through the day and the rest of the week. If you have the time to stay here, just settling into this breath and this little moment of meditation, please stay. If you need to get back to the rest of your day, and start to head that way. I want to thank you all for sharing space and movement with me this afternoon. The light within me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thanks everyone so much. I hope you have a really beautiful Wednesday and the rest of the week. Hopefully I'll see you soon. Cheers.